Hello!
Hi.
First and foremost, it wouldn't be an episode of Single Serving without a drink. The most important ingredient in any recipe, definitely.
And friendship.
And friendship.
Love, maybe.
Definitely in my love life. A
Yeah.
certain amount of alcohol is needed.
Yeah,
A lot, actually. When you mash it, I would use milk and butter, not marge, salt, but then secret is to whisk it after you've mashed it. That's how they do it in France. Makes it light and fluffy. And then I added a bit of Gruyere, grated cheese, good cheese. You can use Parmesan as well, or blue cheese. And then I added some garlic and a few drops of truffle oil, which is the maize balls. Alright, so I've poured a little bit of red wine in here. This is a good use for if you've had your nice drinking red wine open for too long. Don't throw it away. Keep it for cooking. I'm going to add a little bit of balsamic vinegar, just for a bit of... It's alright. Fuck it. All adds to the flavor. And James Dean just made a guest appearance. Hi James, love your work. Yeah, James Dean is humping me from behind. Okay, we're now adding approximately 1 teaspoon of garlic. Most people add pepper. I don't like black pepper, so this is lemon pepper. I think it just adds an extra dimension to the flavors. Mixed herbs, a little bit of salt. Someone once told me, I think it was my mother, why don't you use Malden salt? Because it's fucking expensive. So I'm just using the cheap fucking supermarket kind. And that's it. I'm just gonna whisk this up a little bit. Most people think fillet steak is too expensive to cook with. It has gone up, I have to say. I was surprised today. But the trick is to not buy a whole fillet. Like, that's ridiculous. No one can afford that. So you just ask them to cut you fillet steaks in the size that you need. So generally I recommend about 2 inches for steak, not for sex. Look, I mean, ideally you should marinate for at least 20 minutes, but we're hungry, so we're just gonna do like 5 minutes or maybe 10. We're gonna have a ciggy and some more wine. Cheers. Hello, and welcome back to Single Serving. So now we're gonna make the steak, marinating for a few minutes. Now the French way of doing things is that you don't cook your steak with oil or olive oil, that's Italian. You want to do it the proper French way, you do it in butter. So I'm going to take a decent amount of butter and I'm going to just almost let this go brown because it gets like a nutty flavor that way. There, the butter's nice and brown. Now watch this. Okay, technically Julia Child would say you have to dry off your meat, but I think the flavor is
In the sauce.
I like to seal it off on all sides. Or as Americans would say, caramelization. I don't know why they can't speak properly. Caramelization. But I'm going to leave it to rest. And what that does is it seals in all the juices. Because if you just cut into it straight away, all the good stuff is going to come pouring out, and then you'll have dry meats that taste like nothing. And you should rest it for about half the time that you cooked it for. I think that's the rule. All right, now I'm going to take this, our marinating sauces, and turn the heat right down. And I'm going to pour this into the pan to reduce. And you let the liquid like evaporate out so that you're left with like a nice consistency sauce. All right, now I'm going to add the chili chocolate. It's got little chili flakes in it. Just add a tiny bit into the pan. I mean, you don't want your steak to taste like chocolate. You just want a hint of it. The chili in there also gives it a nice savory kick. I'm going to let these sit back in the sauce now for For Richard's sake, I'll do it for quite a while. If you want to know how your steak has been cooked, you shouldn't cut it open, you should feel it, actually touch it. This is what chefs do. This part of your hand here, if you squeeze it, if the meat feels like that, it's rare. If you press here, that's medium. And well done is there, which is basically bone, which means, like by now it's dog food, you really like it, as far as I'm concerned. We are ready to dish up. You should never dress your salad until right before you're ready to serve it, otherwise it goes limp. Like some guys I know. And here we have it. It's chili chocolate fillet steak over truffle oil, garlic mash with a nice side salad. And that's it from us on Single Serving.